What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns, back at you with another review. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you don't mind, take a moment to make sure that you are actually subscribed to the channel. In checking analytics, it shows 90% of the return viewers are not actually subscribers. So just take a moment to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And I appreciate the support for both new viewers as well as return supporters. So today's video is going to kind of be a mixture. This is a mixture of calibration as well as EDC update. So I want to first start out by saying we're in a safe and controlled environment and that this video is for educational purposes only. So we got that out of the way. So we got a mixture here. I got the TTI out. Last video, we took it out and it was more of a comparison video. So it was more focused on just kind of comparing it to the other firearms, feeling a recall, just kind of getting a feel for the firearm itself. I think I did a little adjustment, but nothing major. So I took it back out, and this was just more of a calibration, making sure the red dot is dialed in, and just kind of playing with that code witness a little bit more. Initially, I didn't think it was much of a code witness, and when I say much, I mean you're not getting a lower third out of it. So it is just barely peeping over the optic, but it is enough to where you can definitely code witness. It's not going to be a quick pickup, but if you're just taking your time doing some shooting and you want to shoot with the irons, then it's definitely efficient. So I took some time, did a little code witness shooting, did some shooting with the red dot, made some adjustments. So let's roll back out to the range, take a look at some of that footage. We'll get that out of the way. We'll come back in, and then we'll get into more of the EDC side of things. So we're going to start out with that TTI combat, run some rounds through there, just kind of make sure it's dialed in, and then we'll jump back in and go from there. So let's step out to the range. So we out here with this TTI again, and we're just doing some fine tuning for accuracy. Just want to make sure this dot is still on. Just kind of see where we stand with the code witness. So we're going to start out with the dot dead center. It seems to be low. Let's see. That seems to be low. So let's bring that up some. First time out, was just shooting just to kind of check the weapon out. But we want to dial it in now. Let's go back in it. There we go. Let's go to the right there. Okay. I think we're dialed in there. Let's see where we are with the irons. Code witness. Guess we can code. Let's go to that bottom right. Oh. The slide lock on this bad boy is real gentle. So if you're on it just the least bit, it's not going to lock back. So I got to be conscious of that. So we're going to go iron sights to that bottom right. Let's see if we're on. Okay. Okay. Get a good code witness. Okay, so we're good there. Let's try the dot again in that same bottom right. Looks like we're a little left. Let's see. I think we're on. Now, let's move to that bottom center target there. Wow. Okay. That was all tight, but all low. So I don't know if that's me, because it was dead on the upper target. So it's got to be me. But we're going to move to that top left target and just see how we're hitting here with the dot. Okay, let's say that's good. Let's go one more. We'll rock with that. So we're right there. We're going to move on to the EDC. All right, welcome back. So as you can see, it's an extremely accurate firearm. I mean, I was moving around a little bit, but the firearm itself is accurate. It's not hard to dial in. A couple of minor adjustments, and the dot is on. And then it's just a matter of taking your time and focus on the co-witness. Like I say, it's just barely peeping over the top of that optic, but you can co-witness with it. My preference as far as co-witness through the optic is kind of a lower third, to where you can pick it up quick. The optic window on this is big enough to where that really shouldn't be a problem. You've got, and all the weapons are clear. Magazine's clear, weapon's clear. Mag back in for static. So the optic window on this thing is huge. So getting an easy lower 1/3 co-witness really shouldn't have been a problem. But the design of the optic is the design. So it's thicker. They could have made the sights a little bit taller, but they did what they did. It still gets the job done. One thing that I noticed again on this is that the slide release on this bad boy is feather soft. So if you're riding that slide with your grip, then it's not going to lock back. And it doesn't take much of a ride for that bad boy to go forward on the last round. But having said that, it was nice to get it back out again and get it calibrated. Like I said, it didn't take much, but this was just an opportunity to do that. So moving on to the EDC side. So this is kind of an update on the EDCs. Last update, the Glock 43X and the 10 millimeter were my primary rotation, with the Hellcat being in the rear. So since I picked up the AXG, that has definitely become the primary EDC. And I rotate that out with the Springfield, with the 10 millimeter XDM, the compact. So this XDM, this AXG is a real nice EDC. I mean, this like checks all the box. Weapon is empty, magazine is empty, mag back in for static. So the most recent addition, if you follow me on Instagram, you see I added the lock grips, and I think I put it on YouTube as well. But I added the lock grips on there. These are the aluminum grips in black. They do make them in brass. You can either get it Cerakoted black, or you can get just the raw brass if you want the weight. I think the weight is sufficient, especially with 17 rounds. So I went with the aluminum, but that's what we're working with. That really completes the look on here. I was a little skeptical about changing the grips, but because I like the Legion emblem. But those grips, the Legion factory grips, they get a little chalky. If they lay up against you, they get a little sweaty. So I didn't really like that look. So this is much cleaner. I like that. We got the back plate on there. Everything else is pretty much tire and CNC. So take down lever slide lock, as well as the mag release and that telefire trigger. So all that's tire and CNC. Optic wise, I'm really torn on what I want to do optic. I like the optic from SIG that comes on these, the one they put on there. But I'm not as crazy about the style. I like the optic and the function, but I don't really like the style. So I'm contemplating whether I want to go with that optic, or if I want to go with, what is that? Oh, that's the, okay. I was about to say, what the hell is that? Okay. So yeah, I like this. This is the Hellcat. So Hellcat empty, nothing in here. On here, I put the little sight mark optic, and that's nice, compact, get a good co-witness. It's got the sights cut in the top. So nice low profile. It's just a red dot, no circle dot, but it's still a nice, bright crisp dot. So I like that because I want something small on the compact. I don't necessarily like that boxy look of the SIG optic, although I like the function, I like the option of the reticles, but I don't like that boxy look. And the other thing I was considering, this is my 19X, mag empty, weapon empty, mag back in for aesthetics. So the shield RMSC on here, I like that style. That also is low profile. You got the sight cut in the rear there. That's going to allow you to get that easy co-witness with the factory sights. So I'm thinking about going with one of these. So I'm not really sure. So I'm kind of in the fence on that. The EDC here, I've got the Holosun on here. The 10 millimeter is much bigger, bulkier. So the Holosun is empty. All these weapons are clear. Back in for aesthetic. So that Holosun on there, that's a bigger optic, but this is a bigger firearm. So no problem there. This could actually sport something smaller. I thought about trying to put the smaller Holosun on here, but the plate setup is set up for something bigger, so I'd have space and I don't really want it looking crazy. So this is what we've got here, but I'm cool with that. This works. But for this small compact here, I want to keep it compact, but I want to get the look that I want. I want to keep it looking sleek. But for these, this was more just a calibration. I've had the light off. The last time I was out, the light actually dropped off. So I had to put the light back on, and it's the laser light. So I've got the Streamlight 8G. What is it, 8? I don't even know what's on here. This is the Streamlight TLR 8G sub. So I like that light. It's got the laser on there, but the lips on the light are thin, so it barely grabs the rail. So I didn't really want to torque it down, but it's fallen off once before. So I tightened it a little bit tighter, but it fell off again. So this time I torqued it down pretty good. So, and I didn't have any issues this time out, but I had to recalibrate it. So that's what this was about. Making sure that the laser on here is lined up, because this is the EDC, so you want it to be calibrated. The Hellcat, I didn't take that out. That's already calibrated. This is still a backup EDC when I need something small. So I know it's snappy, but I don't mind. For the convenience and for the compact size of it, I rock with this when I need something small. It's usually got the 15 in there, but if I needed it smaller, I can either put the 13 in there or put the 11 in there to make it even a more compact package. So that's the purpose of this. So when I need that, the 43X, I pretty much just kind of put it to the side for now because the AXG replaced that. And this TLR6 on here with the laser is starting to act up a little bit. So it come on, it may not come on. So I don't like that. So that's put to the side. That Glock, until I got the AXG, was the perfect grip size for my hand. But this here replaced it with no problem. These lock grips on here are extremely aggressive. So this bad boy is not moving. When you put it in your hand, you got it. But enough talking. Let's jump out to the range. We're going to run through these. The 10 millimeter, because I only had the 10 millimeter and the AXG as far as zeroing. 10 millimeter was no problem. Calibrated with the quickness. The dot was actually, the battery was dead. So I didn't know that. So check your equipment. Check your EDCs. I didn't realize that I got out to the range that the battery was dead in here. So we pretty much just lined up the laser. The AXG turned out to be a nightmare. Adjusting the light on here, the screws, I don't know if they put red Loctite on them, but the screws were tight as hell. So at one point, I was starting to think the elevation adjustment, the screw was gone because I couldn't get it to move, and it's in there on an angle. So it turned out to be quite the problem. So, but let's jump out to the range. We'll run some of that footage. I probably won't loop it all in there, but we'll just get some of that footage. Then we'll come back in and wrap it up. See 10 millimeter Springfield XP compact. So we've got the red dot. We'll start there. Is that bad boy not on? I don't remember turning it on. It's not on, so maybe I did. Got no dot. Okay. We'll work with the laser. So let's go bottom left. remove it on here. We're definitely a little low on this one. Let's bring it up. It's not the right. The bigger one. Right up there. So we need to come up just a smidget. Boy, got sweat in my eyes. It's a little toasty out here. Okay. So let's try that. Let's go to the top one there. We went too far up. Let's see. There we go. No co-witness here. Sight sits too high to use the irons. But I think we're in here. Let's stick a couple more in here. Just for good measures. Make sure we're good. Alright. So still rocking with that XDM. And let's see, what's the clearest? Let's go with that left center. There's some laser there. We're in there. Go right center to the, yeah. Still riding that slide lock. Okay, so we're content with that. Turn that off. And we're gonna rotate to that AXG Legion. Fresh out the gate with the new lock grips on there. So that came out nice. Texture is real tight. So we're gonna run that. We'll probably run a short on this just to have that in the works there. So we're gonna start out with iron sights. Let's go that top center to the right center. Let's go with this laser, see where we at. So let's go top. What's that bad boy hit? Oh, it's low. So let's adjust that. Okay, so we're still working on this laser. The adjustment on this bad boy is for the up and down is really tight. So made me think the screw was missing. I guess the screw is there, so let's just see where we hit. Okay. Turn it up some more. Shit is tight as to the point where you don't even think you're on the screw. I'm not even sure what I'm turning, but let's see what it's moved. kidding. I need to change the target. So. Put us a fresh target on there. We did pretty decent with this. We're in our boxes, but let's around with this laser. Can't really see where we're hitting, so I'm gonna put a fresh one. Oh, the adjustment is tight as shit on here. On target. Okay. So, let's see where we are here. Let's go right there. Let's take that out. See where we are now. This is almost there. Now it's up to That's us. We'll halt it right there. It's a raw session. So, okay, but not exactly what I was looking for. But we'll leave it right there. Out. All right, welcome back. So as you can see with the 10 millimeter, a couple of minor adjustments and we were on. We're pretty much working with the laser. Like I said, I couldn't zero the dot because the battery was dead. I replaced the battery now and I just pretty much lined it up off of the laser because I know the laser is on now. So we're good there. This is an ideal EDC if you want something heavy. This is a compact package for a 10 millimeter. I do like the SIG X10 compact and I like the FN 510 size-wise. But I haven't shot either one of them. I've shot the full-size X10 because I have that. Obviously, I'm not going to EDC that. But I want to shoot the compact X10 because that's actually compact and it's comp. It's got the integrated comp on the slide. So I want to try that because that might be something I want to include in the rotation. So we'll see. But for now, I like this package. Completely ambidextrous. I like dropping the safety with that right button, dropping the mag. So this is a nice piece. The AXG, I went to adjust the light. Windage, the adjustment was fine. It moved, no problem. It's tight, but it moved. The elevation, usually on these lights, when they have the laser on there, the elevation screw is on the bottom and the windage is on the side. Well, for this one, both of them are on the side. So the windage is on the bottom, the elevation is up a little higher, but it's angled down. So it's on a hard angle. So I'm trying to go straight in and was not getting on a screw. But you go down, you get on it, but then it's tight as hell to the point where you feel like you're going to break it just to get it to adjust. So it took a while. I'll definitely cut out some of that footage because it was a pain. But finally got it right and got it dialed in. For an EDC, if you're using it for self-defense, for me anyway, you either point and shoot or it's going to be a laser situation. Obviously, you're not getting on iron sights and you're usually not getting on a red dot if it's a quick response situation. So for me, I'm accustomed to coming out the holster and getting the light on. So it's going to be a laser situation for me. But you don't know until you're in that situation. But I definitely wanted the laser to be dialed in. So it was important to take the time to do that. And that's what I did, but it ended up being a thorough pain. If anybody has suggestions, if you had experience with different optics on these, I've seen the different ones out there, but I haven't really seen many people reviewing them. Most of the reviews you see, they're going to have that new SIG optic on there that they're putting on most of them, which is a nice optic. I'm just not completely crazy about the style. Or it's going to have a Holosun on there, the small 507, the compact. So, which I like that. That's a nice looking optic. So I might go that route. But I'm still kind of in there on that. Be interested to hear suggestions from anybody. But this is the EDC setup now. It's going to either be this AXG or it's going to be the 10 millimeter. And like I said, if it's something discreet, it's still going to be the Hellcat. That's the go-to when you need something nice, small, and light. Back up for the 10 millimeter. We got the side dual pack of 15s, dual 15s. The AXG side dual pack, and these are the 17s, dual 17s. And that's factory mags. They give you 3 with the AXG, so that's pretty nice. These here, you're having to buy them for the XDM. And for these 15 rounders, if you've seen the other EDC video, you know, usually if you're running the 15 rounders, you're having to take this mag well off. So these have ammo. I'm just going to shove it in there just to show. But I took and shaved down around that mag here. I brought that down to where it would fit with the mag well and just kind of took it down the back to where it pretty much looks standard. So they designed these to where when you don't have the mag well on there, it mates right up to the grip and it doesn't miss a beat in the pattern. So it took some time for me to shave it down, but you can see it looks pretty standard, like it came like that. Same with the other one. Took some time, but because I like having the mag well. So same look in the front, it all blends, and you got that full grip. But as I'm carrying it with the 11 round, and that fits in there like that. So you got 11 plus 1, 10 millimeter, and that's just enough to catch the pinky, and I'm good with that. I'm accustomed to this. It's got the undercut, so you can kind of get up under that trigger guard good, but this is no problem controlling it. And for a 10 millimeter, the recoil is not bad for a polymer 10 millimeter. It's not a lot of weight. Well, the slides, you've got decent weight, but the frame is just polymer. But the 10 millimeter carries weight, so when you got a fully loaded magazine, it balances off pretty good. But I don't want to drag this out. This was sort of just a calibration as well as recap on the EDC. If you lasted this far, just once again, reminder, take the time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check us out on the other platforms. It's at Bust Them Guns on Instagram as well as Facebook. And until next time, holla.